In today's video, we are going to talk about first aid kits for your rabbit. Preparing an emergency kit for your rabbit can be a great stress relief. You know that if an emergency happens, you'll have the supplies you need to care for your rabbit when they need it. Of course, the first action you should take when you are faced with an emergency situation is to get in contact with your rabbit's veterinarian. But it's always useful to have supplies on hand in the case that you cannot get to your vet right away. It's also a good idea to have basic supplies so that you can deal with minor accidents that don't require veterinary care. Having a bunny first aid kit on hand will make sure you are prepared to deal with minor accidents. It will also give you the tools you need to take temporary measures while you get your rabbit to the vet when there is a more serious emergency. A first aid kit is also the place you can store your basic rabbit care tools. Storing products such as brushes and clippers in the first aid kit will keep everything in one place. It will prevent you from misplacing any items so you can find them again whenever you need them. The first aid kit is also a way of making sure you have everything you would need in an emergency situation. If there is a natural disaster that forces you to evacuate your home, you'll have everything for your rabbit in one place so you can quickly gather everything and get to safety. Veterinarian contact info. It's very important to make sure you have your veterinarian's phone number and address in your first aid kit. Put this information on the cover of your kit, or in an easily visible place, so it will be immediately available if you need it. Many people will choose to put this information on the refrigerator instead of in the kit, but it can't hurt to have this contact information posted in both locations. If your usual veterinary office is not a 24-hour clinic, most aren't, it's also a good idea to find one of these emergency animal hospitals in your area. Emergencies can happen at any time, so it's best to be prepared with another location if your rabbit gets sick during the night or on a weekend. This is especially important for pet rabbits because not all emergency veterinary hospitals are prepared to take rabbits. You may need to do some research to find a 24-hour clinic that has staff trained to take care of your sweet bunny. Gauze pads and bandages, Q-tips, cotton pads. The typical assortment of bandages and cotton pads is very useful in caring for minor wounds or accidents. Gauze pads and cotton pads are used for cleaning the area surrounding the wound and applying a disinfectant. Q-tips can be used for cleaning the area around the eyes or even cleaning out a rabbit's scent glands. You'll want to get self-adhesive or non-adhesive bandages. These are the types that will not stick to your rabbit's fur and cause pain or fur loss later on. The self-adhesive bandages tend to be easiest to apply to pets because the bandage will easily stick to itself. For serious wounds, you want to get your rabbit to the vet as soon as possible. Even for minor cuts and scratches, it's a good idea to get your vet to take a look at your rabbit. Rabbit skin surrounding cuts and scrapes has the tendency to form abscesses and become infected. It's always better to be on the safe side and get a professional to take a look at it. Disinfectant solution. Include a disinfectant solution in your first aid kit that you can apply to cuts and scrapes. You can get a pet-safe antimicrobial solution at your local pet store. VETERINARIAN is a trusted and often recommended brand. This solution even comes in a spray bottle that makes it easy to apply to minor cuts. You can also use hydrogen peroxide and dilute it with water. Add 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 20 parts water and mix the solution. This would look like 1/4 cup of hydrogen peroxide added to 5 cups of water. You can put the solution in a spray bottle, or apply it on with your cotton pads. Be very gentle with any wounds, even if they are just minor cuts and scrapes. Rabbit skin is surprisingly fragile and can tear easily. So don't scrub at any cuts, but instead use a gentle dabbing motion. Nail clippers. Keeping a pair of nail clippers in your first aid kit means that you'll always know where to find them when it comes time to clip your rabbit's nails. Rabbit nail clippers can be pretty small and easy to misplace. I used to always lose them and be forced to purchase another pair every few months. So I find it useful to keep these with the first aid kit. Replace your nail clippers every couple of years or when you notice that they don't easily cut through your rabbit's nails anymore. Over time, the blades will dull. Dull blades mean there is a greater chance an accident will happen during clipping. STYPTIC powder. STYPTIC powder is most often used to clot up a bleeding toenail. If their toenail catches on something and breaks off, or you clip too far and hit the quick of their nail, then there will likely be a lot of blood. Thankfully, this is not usually a dangerous situation, and all you need to do is help to stem the flow of blood from the nail. Sprinkle a small amount of the STYPTIC powder on the bleeding nail and put some pressure on the area using a gauze pad or cotton pad. Once the bleeding has stopped, gently wash the STYPTIC powder off of the area so that your rabbit does not ingest it. Instead of purchasing a container of STYPTIC powder, you can also choose to use cornstarch. This is a much cheaper option since cornstarch is available in bulk at the grocery store. Just pour some of the cornstarch into a container and keep it with your rabbit emergency kit. It's also a little safer because rabbits can ingest it in small amounts. Syringes and eyedropper. It's useful to have some extra syringes and an eyedropper in your first aid kit. The eyedropper is used as the occasion that your rabbit has an eye irritation. This can help flush out any foreign object or gunk and remove it from your rabbit's eye. It's a good idea to keep at least one syringe on hand so that if your rabbit ever needs to be fed critical care or given medicine or water for hydration, you will have the tools available. If your rabbit ever has to take medication, your vet will likely include a few syringes with it. Critical care. If there is one item on this list that you should prioritize adding to your first aid kit, it's critical care. This is a formula used to force feed rabbits in emergency situations. It gives them the nutrients they need to remain healthy and keeps their digestion going. Critical care is a powdered formula that is used to force feed rabbits when they are ill or recovering from illness. The powder is mixed with water to create a mixture that you can use to syringe feed your rabbit. This may be necessary to keep your rabbit's digestive system going and give your rabbit enough calories. Most of the time, your veterinary office will have packages of critical care on hand for you to purchase when your rabbit has an emergency. However, the vet recommended that always have a bag at home just in case. Gas drops. Rabbits have a sensitive digestive system and can suffer from a gas buildup. To help ease your rabbit's discomfort and prevent GI stasis, you can give your rabbit a few drops of simethicone, also known as infant gas drops. If you notice your rabbit is sitting uncomfortably, pressing its belly onto the floor, it may be suffering from gas. Try to give them 1 milliliter of the simethicone formula every hour for 4 hours. If there is no improvement after this time, and your rabbit has not been eating or pooping for the past 10 to 12 hours, then you should treat it as an emergency situation and get your rabbit to the vet immediately. Heating pad. When rabbits get stressed, their body temperature falls, making it more difficult for their body to function properly. On these occasions, it is necessary to externally heat up your rabbit using a heating pad. You always want to keep the heating pad at a low setting. Place it near your rabbit or with a towel wrapped around the heating pad, never directly against your rabbit. You should also always make sure your rabbit has the option to move away from the heating pad if they want to. You can use a heating pad to help your rabbit stay warm if they have gone into shock, are recovering from surgery, are suffering from hypothermia, or if they have GI stasis. This should only be a temporary solution to help your rabbit while you get them to a qualified veterinarian. If you enjoyed this video, kindly press the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so that you don't miss out on videos like this. Thank you for watching.